It's Krista here to do the weekly reading for the sign of Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you don't know your Moon and Rising sign, Virgo, there's a link in the description where you can find your whole birth chart. And that way, for additional messages for the week, please check your Moon and Rising sign readings in addition to your Sun sign reading today. So we are doing the Sun sign, Moon, and Rising sign reading for Virgo for the week of September 5th to September 12th. We'll be using the Medicine Card Tarot for a 3-card spread today, and then using the bottom of the deck for general energy for the week. And then, as always, drawing additional cards from each of the Wisdom of the Oracle Tarot and the Healing with the Angels Tarot. This is a general reading for your sign. So whatever is most prominent in your life, Virgo, I encourage you to take these messages to and apply, and hopefully you find them helpful and healing. So what does Virgo need to know? All right, Virgo, so we have your cards here. Let me just tune in here to what's going on as an overall snapshot for the week, and then we'll look at these one by one together. So there is a very strong energy card here, something having to do with sorcery, magic, changing consciousness, even witchcraft itself, something having to do with psychic energies, and you being not only aware of these, but capable of reaching these. I do think it will come after a little bit of a hiatus, or at least a hiatus is in store in order to properly pronounce and exert this type of energy or magic, if you will. There is the possibility that you could be entrapped this week by those same powers or by those same means. You know, we say that there's no difference between white magic and dark magic. It's just, you know, it's all magic, right? But what's the intention? Well, the dark magic means that it's deceptive and it's fearful and it's theft, right? And white magic is that it's giving and it's for the good of all, and it's accepting and loving. So it's just about how you're going to go about using that type of energy this week, but it's certainly available to you. Some downtime is necessary, and then we're looking at issues regarding your reputation and how you'd like to be seen as opposed to how you are currently seen, and what you're willing to do about that. Okay, so that's just a general snapshot about what's going on here. Let's look at these individually. In the central position representing you is the bear. His keyword is introspection, and this is where I see you doing, or at least in terms of what do you need to know for the week, if you are being too expressive, or even feeling on some level that you could be misusing a type of power or misusing an energy, particularly if it's psychic, or like I mentioned, anything having to do with magic or raising in consciousness. I think that you could find this pronounced, or at least that you're able to heighten this and use this to the greatest good if you are willing to go within first. I don't think you have to spend the whole week there. I just think that there is an element of introspection that is necessary in order to use this power in the most wisest fashion this week. You don't want to send out something, for example, Virgo, in order to get your own way. That's going to boomerang and upset things for you. You want it to be good for everybody. So it could just be an issue around what you're projecting into the world in terms of consciousness, what you're conscious of. Another word to use in place of consciousness, of course, is just awareness. Just being aware of motivations and intentions, feelings, right? Because feelings, it's the thought that creates the feeling, of course, but it's the feeling that drives the vibration, and then it raises or it can lower the vibration. So this is where you're being asked to spend a little bit of time this week. It's just in some quiet contemplation, or, as I said, its term is hibernation, but just to take a step back from something, especially if you find yourself, you've been really busy lately, or you've been avoiding something, or you're feeling as though you might be overwhelmed by psychic energy, or you want to become more in tune before you engage in psychic or sort of, witchcraft or sorcery or wizardry. So just be aware to go within first and really center yourself before you go ahead and express this type of energy, just because it's so powerful. In the influence card, which is influencing your current position, is giveaway. Now, these actually could work in tandem and favor for you in terms of advice this week, and that's how I would apply anything coming out of the term, what does this sign need to know? It's always going to be advisory. You don't have to follow it. It's just presenting you with options here that you may not have been aware of. So certainly something needs to be rid of. Giveaway is being able to let go of something, or seeing at the very least that something doesn't serve you. It could be a relationship, it could be another person, it could be a lifestyle, beliefs, patterns of behavior. Again, whatever this resonates with, when you hear these words and when you hear this reading, like, you'll know what to apply it to. So yeah, turkey being giveaway, something needs to be given up here. Something needs to be, it could even be a ghost, right? I mean, there's a term, give up the ghost. Give up this haunting. If you're allowing something or someone to haunt you, that's like a type of cruelty. So maybe it's or maybe it is a bad habit, or maybe it is or maybe you're moving, or it's a different job, right? So whatever this is applying to you in your world this week. But if it is psychological, emotional, or even spiritual here, it could be time to give up a ghost. It's something that you feel is haunting you or following you around that doesn't serve you anymore. And then sort of gain perspective on that. Like, what void has that left? Where are you now that that's gone? Who do you want to be now? I think this is another element of the introspection here, is sort of asking, without this, whatever that is that you're giving up, who are you now? Or what do you want to present to your friends, family, your environment, workplace, to the world? How do you want to be seen? And it's a beautiful place to start from, to go within and find that out really securely for yourself, okay? Really get in touch with yourself. Really simple way to do that, Virgo, is through meditation. So maybe just sitting down for a couple minutes a day with yourself and releasing what you've identified doesn't work for you, really create a giveaway. Create an opportunity where maybe what you're giving away can work for someone else. Again, you don't want to give anything away or bring anything in your life this week that has any psychic weight to it. You want to be able to release with love, and you want to be able to accept with love. Accept what's good for you, and all concerned with love. So with your probable outcome card here being deception, it's a little bit of a misnomer naming this the deception card, just because the only way that you could be deceived this week is through yourself. And it's, like I said, it's through dark or light energy. It's through dark or light magic. So there could be a temptation here. There could be a temptation to use what power you have to gain something, but it's at a very specific cost, a very specific price, okay? So just be aware here if there is a condition that you find yourself in, if there's any lower vibrational energies, especially at the end of the week after your contemplation, you're going to want to be the master of this type of energy, because you don't want to be deceiving yourself into believing that you can harm yourself or anyone else and not have it come back to you. It's a really nice time to be aware that whatever you do give out, you get back threefold. So therefore, it's another element of importance to issues of forgiveness, of self-love, of acceptance, and of letting go with love, okay? You want to let go of the ghost, if that's the case. You want to let go of old relationships, old patterns, the old job, whatever it is here. You want to be able to let go of that with love and not have any resentment here. Certainly, if any lower vibrational issues are coming up, like resentment, fear, hate, and that type of thing, you're going to want to conquer that this week, okay, Virgo, because those are deceptions and they will play out very, very, very badly. They will come back. No one's gonna get hurt. No one's gonna die. It's not like that. I just mean it's going to create a bigger problem, and why you don't need it. So really sit with the reason why you would be letting something go here. Create an environment where you release that with love, and create an area where you can now accept beautiful terms and environments for yourself. And you're doing this through a sense of love and forgiveness, but with great psychic energy. There's also a great deal of wisdom going on here. So just remember to not dismiss that voice, that higher. If you hear a voice in your head talking you out of something you know to be wrong or bad, whatever that means to you, really listen to that this week, okay, Virgo? As for the general energy for the week, we have the skunk. Of course, this is reputation. This is where I really feel like you are really hyper involved with how you are perceived here. I think you might be wanting to, or maybe even be interested in at least really taking your reputation down a different avenue. You want to see yourself, and you want others to see you a very specific way here. So yeah, reputation encompassing all of what's going on here. You may just be tired of the way things are working out, or tired of having circular conversations or circular relationships, or even having something or a theme or a concern, or like I said, a ghost keep coming up, keep propping itself up in your life, or keep showing up in your life. And I think you're just getting to the point this week where you want to sit down with that once and for all, and find a way to release that with love. And you can do it. You have a lot of very heavy magic, psychic energy here. So trust that you can do that for yourself this week. It will take a little bit of time on your own here, Virgo. But love yourself enough to do that. Love yourself enough to take that time this week. Introspection is necessary no matter what. This is where you're called to be, no matter what here. And you may even find that you didn't even give a second thought to reputation until you sat with your with yourself in introspection or through a quietness. Just trying to get another card. These sort of been flipping around in groups. But as you know, I'm going to wait for a jumper or one to turn around here. Sweet. Higher power. No joke, Virgo. So I would really state that these are kind of one and the same. This is from a sorcery kind of avenue. This is from a source avenue. But again, I mean, they even have the same type of words, source and sorcery. So just be aware here that there's a lot of psychic energy that is really manifesting quite easily for you here. And to stay, you know, stay that higher path for yourself. When I mentioned a moment ago, if there's a voice, sort of a voice in your head that's, you know, the difference between the angel and the devil on either of your shoulder, I think it could be a good week to listen to the angel. Not that the devil on your shoulder, for example, won't get you what you want, but the angel will too, and at a much the cost won't be as high. Okay. So we had 2 jumpers. I will take them. Divine guidance. No joke. Look at this. Okay. Higher power, divine guidance, sorcery. Really listen to your higher power this week. Higher source, goddess or God energy here. Divine guidance means recognizing the divinity within. It could very well be in this introspection this week, Virgo, that you are finally at a stage where you feel confident accepting that you're being divinely guided, and not to fear that, and just to accept it and do your best with it. It really wants you to create space here for something better for yourself. It's time to switch up who you think you are. Not that you're bad. This isn't a judgment call. You don't have to be bad to change. You can be okay and change. Okay. So never think that you're bad or wrong, or something's missing, or you have too much of something. Everything is perfect, but where do you want to go next, right? What do you want to see next? What do you want to experience next? So it's just asking that you're aware of this, and that you're in control of this reputation. Blessings, of course, just means that there is a sense of calm. There's a sense of being at the right place at the right time, perhaps this week. And certainly getting the answers that you want. So don't be afraid of being in the solitude or being in the quiet with yourself this week. I really feel that you're very protected here. And don't be afraid to ask those difficult questions, like where do I go next? Or how do I fix this? Or what's the first step to the many steps that I need to take that's good for me and the best of all? So work in the highest energy possible this week, Virgo. That is your reading. If you have a second, let me know how it works out. And if you're not already, subscribe to my channel, because I upload videos for your sign every single week. So until we meet next time, Virgo, please take good care. I will see you then. Bye for now.